Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another message from your soul. Let's see what your soul wants you to know right now. What kind of advice, what message is coming through for you today. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's see what comes out next. So I'm already getting an idea here. So what I'm definitely feeling is that your soul wants to remind you to basically change your perspective regarding fulfillment. I want to say happiness, but it's more than happiness. I really want to use the word fulfillment. Feeling fulfilled by whether it is material things or like this emotion of fulfillment, feeling whole. And your soul is saying that, first of all, they're reminding me too, this is not something that you can achieve. It's only something that you can feel right here, right now. Nothing in this whole big world, nothing and no one can bring you this feeling, can make you feel this way. It is really something that happens from within. However, they are saying that for some reason we all need to change our perspective towards that feeling a little bit. Let's see. First of all, they want to say that it has nothing to do with recognition from the outside. However, they also want to say that it does not exclude this emotion. So for some reason, they're giving this a positive as well as kind of as a lacking feeling. So they're saying you don't need this. However, you can have this. Interesting. They're saying you don't need it, but you can have it. And maybe that's what they want to say in general, that we do not need this kind of fulfillment, that like there is no reason to achieve it other than that we don't want to feel bad. But there, you know, the feeling of sadness or frustration or whatever is part of fulfillment, right? Fulfillment to some extent means to accept all the emotions. And so sadness and frustration are part of it. So we don't need the feeling of fulfillment, however, we can have it. And that will help us. This is kind of they're basically giving us advice on how to accept how things are, to learn that we don't need this feeling, that we don't need to achieve it, and that we cannot really achieve it, but that we can only feel it when it's there. Interesting. And they're also telling me something about whenever we are searching for recognition and at workplace, for some of us, it's very specific, with what we regard as our work, there's a message here to change your perspective. And let me just ask, how are we supposed to change our perspective? They're saying, look at the people who give you the recognition instead of the people who do not give it to you. So there might be people in your life who actually recognize your good work and what you are good at and what you are great at. And they want you to focus on them and on what they are saying and not on the people who do not recognize what you do and how good you do it. Very specific. It can also have to do with money. So when there are people in your life who pay you and who enjoy and admire what you do, and they pay because they admire it, and there may be people in your life who pay reluctantly and like I do not think that what you do is great, but I'm still going to pay you. And your soul wants you to focus, first of all, to focus on what you think about what you do. So recognize your own work, give respect to your own work, admire your own work, and then focus on the people who admire what you do and who pay because they like what you do, because they admire what you do, who pay from their heart. Very beautiful energy. Focus on those people and focus on their intention for paying you. Yeah, and there comes the message that I've been waiting for. Definitely, it's always part of recognizing when we want to be recognized by others. First of all, recognize yourself. Find self love, or try to or learn to accept yourself. Sometimes we are not quite the biggest fans of what we do, of who we are, of how we do things, of what we feel, of how we react, how we talk, what we say, whatever, right? There's a lot of self-criticism, we criticize ourselves a lot. And your soul wants you to, first of all, understand yourself for doing so. Like, understand that you try to be what you consider the best version of yourself. And so you might criticize everything that does not fit into that image. So that's the first step. First step is understanding yourself. Second step, however, is whenever you find yourself criticizing yourself, allow yourself to find something that you like or even love about who you are, about what you do. It could be quite a contrast. So whenever you maybe find something about what you find something that you do not like about what you do, try and find something that you like regarding what you do. For example, when you are making something, maybe you're painting a picture and you do not like the colors that you chose. However, maybe you like the image that you're portraying. Okay, so always recognize both sides, right, as they're laying here. Recognize that you may be going away from yourself, like from maybe criticizing yourself, maybe turning your back on yourself. Okay, this is part of who you are and this is totally fine, and we accept it and we recognize it. But also look at the other part, which is, what are you doing? What are you enjoying about what you do? What are you enjoying about yourself? This is going to create a feeling of fulfillment, a feeling of feeling whole, right? Because you're recognizing yourself as who you are and you're not trying to play someone you're not. Interesting. I never actually thought about that. Beautiful. Let's see what else comes through. Maybe recently for you it did not feel like life was going anywhere. Oh, look at the bottom card. Nice. Maybe recently you did not feel like your life was going into the direction that you wanted it to. Maybe it didn't feel like it was going anywhere, or maybe it just didn't feel like it was going the way you wanted it to. However, believe it, it did. And it is still going. You may not see it right now. Your vision may be a little bit clouded. But if you follow what we talked about, specifically about those two things that are going to bring you a feeling of joy, happiness, and fulfillment, which is recognizing both sides that you have, the side who's criticizing and the side who is loving and appreciating, then you will actually find yourself moving into the right direction. You will actually recognize that life is moving into the direction you want it to. They're also saying, it's like you are part of the process, kind of, which is an interesting expression, but they're kind of saying that the way you are, the way you think, the way you chose to be is influencing the process of where you're going. Yeah. I don't know how else to express the energy, but that's the energy I'm getting. So let me ask a little bit more about that. So first of all, you do not ever have to be afraid that you're moving into a wrong direction. We are always going on the path that we are supposed to go, okay? That's the first thing that I definitely want to say. The second thing, however, is so interesting that you kind of, the way you think, the way you do things, and who you are influencing the path in some way. Okay, I just asked them to show me a picture so I can explain it better. So they're showing me a crossroad, a crosswalk, right? A crosswalk. And they're telling me you could either run when the light is still red, right? Or you could wait and stay and cross the road when the light is green, safe and sound, and with a clear mind. Or you could run over it while the light is still red and be anxious and uncomfortable maybe and at risk. So it's basically, you know, that's kind of the metaphor they've given me, they've given us. So they're saying you can either take a risk and maybe be a little bit uncomfortable and maybe things will go faster or not. Or you can take a safe and sound road, safe and sound path at the right time that feels comfortable and good to you. So they're kind of pointing out that the way you choose to do things and the way you choose to be and the path you choose to take is just going to influence the path. But it is not going to, you know, you're not doing anything wrong. You're just influencing how it is moving forward. It's a nice message because sometimes we are afraid of making a wrong decision, right? And maybe destroying or influencing our path negatively. But that's not the case. It's just influencing your path. Maybe how fast you're going to get somewhere, or how exciting or how safe it's going to be for you, or how comfortable, not safe, how comfortable it's going to be for you. 2 more cards just to wrap it up. They're saying, please do not, I want to say cry your eyes out, but that sounds so weird. Please don't be so anxious and try to fight how things are. Oh yeah, look at that. Don't be so anxious, please. Just let things flow the way they're supposed to. Always believe that you are going into the direction that you're supposed to. Always trust that everything that you do is guided and is the best that you can do right now. Don't be so anxious. Don't try and fight anything. Just follow the way, like follow the path. So whenever you feel like, oh, this feels right now, I'm going to do this right now. Or this feels wrong right now. I know I should do it, but I feel like it's not the right timing yet. So don't do it. Like, Trust your intuition, trust yourself, trust your emotions, trust that your decision is the right decision for this exact moment. Because you're going to make the right decisions. Because you're guided, because you're protected. Sometimes it's so good to hear that, right? So don't be anxious. And don't feel like you have to fight it alone. Don't feel like you have to do everything alone, okay? Because you're not. Not at all. You're not alone. Such a nice energy, so reassuring. And I can feel all of the different energies being around all of us, and so comforting. And I feel like energies are carrying me towards the right, not the right path, but towards the path that feels good to me. Beautiful. Okay, thank you very much for letting me talk to your soul. Thank you to every soul that has connected through the cards, and thank you for letting me talk to your soul. Thank you for staying till the end, and yeah, bye bye.